I want to welcome you to the payroll class for this spring. We're using the 2015 payroll edition, and by all means make sure you have that edition because any older edition will not work for this class. Payroll laws change unfortunately every year thanks to Congress, so old editions don't work. Okay, with that said, we'll get started. This session is just mainly to introduce you into Blackboard and into the course, and maybe a little bit into Cengage now, so that's the platform we'll be using for homework, tests, quizzes, and that type of thing. My name is John Lynch. I will be your instructor for this class, so if you have any questions, by all means get a hold of me, and they'll tell you later in how to do that. It's not a big secret. Down here is the welcome to the class. I don't have that in there. But anyhow, what we'll do is start on here. You click on start here is where you want to start at. Imagine that. And contact instructor, this is how you get a hold of me. And then what we'll do is the syllabus step 1. Imagine that, pretty easy. And here's your course code that you will need to know. You don't have to memorize it, though. I'm not going to have a quiz saying, what is the course code? You can actually look at it and type it in. But you'll need that to get into the Cengage now assignments and homework and that type of thing. So we'll get into that also later. But that will appear various places throughout the different sessions so you don't forget it. Then what you want to do is click on the syllabus course information. And here's my office hours. And like I said, call me during those hours or send me an email. If you send an email, make sure you put in the course code numbers like the 106-00C. The 106 is important. That tells me what class you're in, and the 00 tells me what section you're in, because I do have multiple sections. And if you want to get back with you for a specific question, then I need to know what class you're actually in. Okay. Then you have the course syllabus, and here is the printable version. And then it's also down here. You click on that, and you actually print that out for the syllabus. There's several pages of it. It's also listed here as the file that we just downloaded. It's not as pretty because you notice down here it gets all kind of messy someplace. That's really long. So if you go down here, right here, it gets kind of messy. If you do the printed version, it's in Word document. It's not near as messy. But the certain dates you need to be aware of would be like April 11th. If you want to withdraw from a class, make sure you do so by April 11th. You do that online. And also make sure you have something completed by the end of the first week, because otherwise you have the risk of being dropped from the class. And we have 2 things that are due by the end of the week. You do not need the textbook to do these 2 items anyway, so you can go ahead and do those. And then you go to back here. We go to the calendar of activities. Again, this is kind of a recap of what was on the syllabus, but it's just a little cleaner. You can print this, click on this part here, and you can print out the copy. I would highly recommend you do that so that you have a hard copy of it, and then you can also check it off as you're done. And of the assignments, everything's listed that's due that week. So by all means, click that off. Okay, then the next thing you'll be listening to is the class sessions. And this is where you'll be spending most of your time. As you notice here, it's hard to imagine, but we have the course code in here again. We want to make sure you're aware of what the course code is. Okay, the companion site is something I won't assign, but you may find it useful. That is a copy of the ebook that Cengage has provided. It also has flashcards in there. If you like flashcards, go to the companion site. It also has other things in there that you may want to find useful. So just explore that and experiment with it. The office hours, again, are listed here. Hopefully they're the same hours I had before. Sometimes they change from page to page, but I don't think they have on this one. And then for the first week, this is what's due the first week. And you click on class sessions 1, and then it'll come up this way. Okay, this is your introduction. That's worth 20 points. That needs to be done by Friday or by Sunday at the latest. And the course orientation quiz also needs to be done that first week. And then you have this thing you have to do called Chapter 1 reading. This is an exciting time in your life to read this chapter. It gives you all the laws and regulations, and not all of them, but a lot of the major laws and what they've tried to accomplish. We also have a PowerPoint slide in here. Each chapter will have its own PowerPoint slide. Then on chapter 1 homework, you click on the homework and that will go to your Cengage. This is where you'll need to use the course code, is to get this set up. It'll ask you what the course code is and also ask you some other information, your name, rank, and serial number. So go ahead and fill that out, and then you'll get to this page where it clicks on assignments, and you'll start assignment now, and then your assignments will pop in. And as you answer a question, like here, you may say, okay, that's B. Then you go to question 2, and it'll pop up the next question, and you can read the question, figure it out, and you pop in B again. Do what? And then if you don't like what you, if you're not sure about the answer, you can check my work over here, and it'll tell you if it's right or wrong. And you see that's wrong. Okay. So then you just check another answer, check my work, and now you see that it says this one is correct. It gives you a little check mark, so everybody's happy. Okay, and then if you get tired, say, well, I want to go do something else, click on save. It'll save your work, and then you can come back where you left off at. Okay. That's for the homework, and you don't have to have it done. You have unlimited attempts on the homework until the due date. And then after the due date, it goes off. And matching is the same way, except matching you have two attempts. And it works the same way. You click on matching, it'll go into the Cengage, and as soon as it comes up here, we can go through it. Start the assignment now. And on this one here, you have 2 attempts, and is this timed? I think, no, it's not timed. You have 2 attempts. You have the earnings record. You click on that, and you go down here to see which one you think it is. And you say, oh, that sounds like a good one. You see it draws a line here. And there's no check my work on this one. And when you can save it and come back to it, though, or you can submit. No, this is due by the end, by next, usually Sunday night is when it's due, 11:59 or 55 or something like that. Okay. And that's the 2 for those items. And then you go back, if you go to class sessions, you notice we have all 16 weeks here listed. And the last week, though, is a little bit special. We have a couple things. The topic paper is due April 26th at 11:59. And then the payroll project, which is chapter 7, is due May 8th at 5 o'clock. Because you notice that is the end of the semester, so that's why everything has to be due then. And then we have to get grades turned in. But everything else is pretty much due at 11:55 on Sunday night. So that's the class sessions. And then we have the discussion boards here. And this is made up of a couple cyber cafes for you to just kind of go in there, ask questions of each other, talk to each other. I will be in there from time to time, so don't put anything nasty in there because I will be reading it. And, you know, just ask questions and help each other out with the same thing. And then you also have the discussion boards here. If you do have something personal you need to ask, though, don't do the Cyber Cafe or don't do Chapter 1 because that's accessible to everybody. Send me an email saying, okay, I have a question I have to ask and you don't want anybody else. You know, just send me an email and I'll get back to you that way. But Chapter 1 questions is the same way, though. Those are accessible. Those can be read by everybody in the class, and anybody can actually answer the questions also. So if you have a question specifically on Chapter 1, go ahead and put it in here, and other classmates can answer, or I can go in and check, see how they're doing. Thing I say do not put on here, though, is when you do the exams, don't put a question on the exam in here because that is not allowed. Your exams are on your own, not a group session. Then further down, you also have the discussion questions that we have that are due at periodic times throughout the semester. Then we have resources. And under resources, we have the PowerPoint slides. Those are listed of all 6 chapters in one spot, so you don't have to go through each week because what week was that in. You can just go here and look at the slides. You have the MindTap reader, and then you have the Purdue OWL. That one you'll need for the APA formatting. Just click on Purdue OWL. It'll take you there, and you can find a little topic that says APA formatting and styles. And you click on that, and that'll get you through that part of it. And then you also look at grades. That's for you. That'll be your grades only. I can't use that one because my grades, I don't have any grades. But you'll click on that to see how you're progressing in the class, and I'll tell you all the grades are. And then we also have the instructor tab. You click on that. That gives you my information again of how to locate me, my phone number, my email, and my office number. And that should be pretty much everything you need here. Like I said, check the announcements, because that's where I'll list everything that you need to know. Some things that are coming up, I may put in the things, reminders and due dates and that type of thing. And have fun with the class. If you have any questions, don't get stressed out. By all means, email me or call me, and I will help you as soon as I can. Okay? And have an enjoyable semester. And I guess we will have conversations from time to time until May 8th. Talk to you later.